all right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get these sounds right, son. Yes, y'all. Here we are. We are back. Yo, for reals, man, we just turned legal. Today is episode 21 of Live from the Lab, ladies and gentlemen. It's pretty cool. And some of y'all, if not all of y'all, have been here since I started this. So you know me, I greatly appreciate y'all coming to hang every Wednesday. This is pretty cool, man. Let me see who's in the chat. Gorilla Strong, of course, salute to you. My man, who we got? John Milburn, Detroit Throwers, One Good Foot, the Machiavelli, Mir Depp, and Eon. Yeah. All right. We're gonna have some fun today. Got a pretty cool book report to read in a little bit. First things first, don't forget we got the super chats and the super stickers. Yeah, Eon, there we go, baby. Thank you, Eon. Salute to you for setting it off. Thank you guys for your donations. You know the deal. Keeps the train on the tracks. Keeps the whole qunique universe, which is all of us, moving forward and getting things done. So a couple of announcements I want to just get to first. It's pretty funny. I saw that Nas and DJ Premier are finally dropping an album on December 12th, which is... I'm not going to hate on it, ever. That's an amazing thing. We're all anxious to hear what they do. Of course, Gorilla Strong, son! Thank you. That's beautiful, thank you. But, thank you, John Milburn. I appreciate that, thank you. I also have a song dropping that day, so it's me and Nas, son, December 12th. No, but all jokes aside, I have a brand new qunique song called Put It in the Air. It's a song, it's pretty much based on manifestation. And I'm excited about it. It's gonna be I'm gonna close out the year with that release, and then we'll be moving forward into the new year and getting ready for new qunique album with DJ Redmatic, some new Mother Fuzz, some new Rodimus, all types of new releases. It's gonna be a packed year for myself and the people around me, and for you guys, the listeners and the supporters, and we're gonna have an adventure next year, man, so just get ready, man, strap in, we're gonna have some fun. Just want to announce that. Trying to make sure I didn't forget anything. Oh, I wanted to see what you guys thought. I was toying around with this idea of, along with the DJ Redmatic album that I'm going to be dropping next year, which will probably be a lot of my focus as far as qunique and musically will be that album. Thank you, John Milburn. Thank you very much. I was thinking of dropping I don't even know how you would title this, but it's going to be an album that will only be available primarily through my website, qunique.com. And I was also considering, especially with y'all, this specific crew, that because all of you have been supporting and doing the super stickers, the super chats, coming here every Wednesday, now every Friday as well, I wanted to bless some of the specific individuals. All of y'all names I've seen several times with this album, like sending you guys the link and cutting through all the red tape, and you guys just have the album. But I'm toying around with that idea. I wanted to see what you guys thought of that idea, aside from the fact that I will be hyper-focusing on the qunique Redmatic album. Let's see how everything unfolds, but I was thinking about that today, and I definitely have the product to pull it off. Let's see, you know? All good, John Milburn. I totally understood. But look, since December 12th, All right, let me see. How's this? How's this volume right here, Detroit? I brought it up on the fader. That should be good. It's coming clean in my headphones, of course. Let me know if it's working, Detroit. I brought it up a little bit. I don't know if I'm talking too loud. Good, good, good. Okay. Yes. Okay. So I got my book report ready today. Today, what I want to talk about. Oh, it's all good. All good, Detroit. Thank you for the heads up, and hopefully everything is better in on your speakers or your headphones and all of that. So today, what I want to talk about is, and this is going to be in parts, not consecutively. Like I'm not going to do part 1 today and then next Wednesday do part 2. Part 2 will be sometime in the near future. But today's book report and today's report, I want to start part 1 of what I consider perfect albums. And it's not just hip hop. We're going to jump into different genres. And obviously, we could have a friendly debate if you agree, don't agree. Obviously, I'm going to see some of your choices, especially with specific artists that I'll be talking about. So let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen. Today, episode 21, Live from the Lab, we're going to do Perfect Albums, part 1. Let me read a little bit of my introduction of my book report here. There are certain albums that we could all agree that we would consider the perfect album. I'm going to have to do this in parts because for obvious reasons, there are so many albums on the planet that I just can't narrow it down to just 10 or 5. So today will be part 1 of what I think are perfect albums. Okay? Machiavelli? That's dope. But you're right. And you're right. That is a perfect album. But that's not on my list today, but it is definitely on my list overall. You're right. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm going to start off with the obvious, something that most people will know about me off the bat. I think Boogie Down Productions' debut album, Criminal Minded, is a perfect album. If y'all know me, I brought out the picture one. Let me take it out the plastic, man. I gotta put this in a frame. I've been using this thing for a prop way too many times, but I got the Criminal Minded picture disc. For those that know about Criminal Minded, and let's get into this. Let me say a little bit of what I wrote down first, and I'll get more in depth. For me, it's a time capsule that captured a specific era in New York City. Not just where hip hop was going, but also where the streets of New York were at that specific time. This album is also responsible for introducing the world to who I consider one of the greatest MCs of all time, KRS-One. Now, Criminal Minded, John Milburn, yes. See, y'all are killing it right now. So, Criminal Minded from front to back, for me, was an unskippable album. KRS, Scott LaRock, Ced G from the Ultramagnetics, D-Nice. There might be a few other heads that I'm not saying off the bat. BDP crew at that time there was a lot of different members, and it only got bigger after a while. But that album was, like I said, it just captured this moment in time and froze it on vinyl and cassette and eventually CD. The only video that I believe that exists is for the song The Bridge Is Over. And even the video captures, and I'm getting emotional, captures a venue that I was too young to get into. But if you lived in New York, you knew that the venue, the Union Square, was hip hop royalty. And although the club itself didn't last long because chain snatching and Brooklyn, my borough, kind of ruined it for everybody, overall, the history that went down in that club goes hand in hand with the history of this historic and very essential, very important album, Criminal Mind. You know, it's funny, Machiavelli, you said Illmatic, and there's a clip of somebody talking to KRS-One during an interview, and they're talking about the greatness of Criminal Minded. And KRS says, I'm paraphrasing, I'm not saying verbatim what was said, but KRS says that Illmatic is better than Criminal Minded. And then the interviewer said, right, but without Criminal Minded, there is no Illmatic, to which KRS agreed. And to me, this album in particular is a blueprint for a lot of people, including myself. Like I mentioned, The Bridge is Over, The South Bronx, Poetry, Dope Beat, Criminal Minded itself, The P is for Free. I mean, this album is ridiculous, and it was the one and only. It's crazy because it's so cemented in hip hop history, and it's the one album where Scott LaRock. No, we're not only discussing hip hop. What up? I know who that is. We're not only discussing hip hop. We're jumping genres, but I'm starting with this album. It's the only album that Scott LaRock practically got to shine on before he was taken. And so this album is important for so many reasons, and it is and to the majority of true hip hop fans, they understand the importance of this album. So we give it up for the Boogie Down Productions debut album, Criminal Minded. Okay, let me get back to the book report. Might have lost my place a little bit. Now we will turn our attention to rock. And I want to start off my list with Soundgarden's. Let me get over here. Boom. Let me start that over. I want to start off my list with Soundgarden's Super Unknown album. I 100% agree with what Dave Grohl said about this album. This is Soundgarden's Sgt. Pepper's. For those that don't understand what that means, the Beatles album, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, is considered by many a perfect album and a massive turning point for the Beatles. For those that know me, know that grunge was the turning point for me as a rock fan. And I have to once again echo Dave Grohl, like this Soundgarden album, Super Unknown, again, just like I mentioned with Boogie Down Productions, it's to me an unskippable album. Every single song is, oh my God. It was like the band just came together and created this masterpiece. It's just mind-blowing how like they went from Bad Motorfinger to this. And Bad Motorfinger is already like a perfect album in itself, but Super Unknown is just like, oh my God. Like, it's just ridiculous. Obviously, we all know Black Hole Sun, Spoon Man, 4th of July, Limo Wreck. I mean, the album is just perfect. Chris Cornell was on fire, and at that point, he became a superhero to me. And he has heavily influenced my journey in rock. And I was fortunate to have met him. It was brief. I didn't say a word. He was talking to Monkey backstage. There was a Chris Cornell run that we did in Europe. And I just was able to just wave and say, what's up, fellas, and kept it moving. You know, it was one of those, in my mind, don't ever meet your heroes moment. He was there, and all I wanted to do is just say hi anyway. I'm not gonna stop him and interview him and, hey, do you remember what it was like to be in sound? I wasn't gonna do any of that crazy stuff. It was just perfect to be able to at least be in the presence of one of my superheroes, just like I have been with KRS-One and Rakim and members of Wu-Tang. Same feeling. I'm Chris Cornell. I met Jerry Cantrell. Like meeting my heroes. It's bizarre. But anyway, this album is just it's again, you know, in a sense, it just captured their true essence of the best essence of Soundgarden. So if you haven't heard it in a while, if you haven't heard it at all, I strongly suggest late at night, if you're a drinker, get your little drink on. If you puff like myself, get your little weed. If you don't do anything, it don't matter. Just sit on your porch, sit on your couch, sit wherever you sit, take a walk, take a drive, and put that album on and just zone out uninterrupted and just enjoy it. That is Super Unknown right there. Okay. Next, let me just cue. Oh, whoops. Sorry. Perfect. Okay. Next. Now, let's dive into the world of R&B or neo soul. And with that, we have to talk about D'Angelo's Brown Sugar album. First and foremost, rest in peace to the great D'Angelo. This album started a whole new lane for soul music, on top of the fact that D'Angelo put together a flawless album with his talents shining like the sun. D'Angelo was born in Richmond, Virginia. He could play bass, guitar, he could play bass, guitar, piano, other keys like synth and stuff, drums, and of course, vocals. We lost D'Angelo this year, and my goodness, I remember hearing this album, and I remember it was, you know, Arsonist was just starting up, and this album, we all had it in heavy rotation, and D'Angelo was doing things on this album that were just incredible. Again, it's one of those things, from the song Brown Sugar to You're My Lady to he did the cover of Cruisin'. Oh my God. It's just again, it's another one where if you haven't heard this album in a while, or if you've never heard it, take some time. Even every album that I'm saying tonight, take some time, some uninterrupted time, and just turn off the noise for a second and just give these albums like a beautiful listen. Like, just kick back and let your mind wander with the music, and just try to imagine like whatever world you're in, whether you're there at the front of the stage watching the artist, or you're just tripping on just all the sounds and even all of that. Just give a listen. This D'Angelo was a rare talent. I remember somebody called him an artiste, and he was, man. You know, it started playing. They said that when he was a child, his brother caught him like learning songs on the piano, playing by ear, and it just progressed into what we all know, or who we all know as D'Angelo. And my goodness, man, may he rest in peace. He was an incredible talent, a true musician, and you know, he's going to be missed. And he left the void. And he started, from what I understand, I think he kind of started the whole neo soul thing with Erykah Badu, and it unfolded into so many different incredible artists. So love to D'Angelo. Rest in peace, D'Angelo. Okay, all right. So let me get into these. Let me just make sure I handle y'all as well, because y'all are saying some great Okay, Slipknot, Iowa. Yes, yes, definitely a perfect album. Thank you, Machiavelli, for the arsonist shot. I appreciate that. Yes, I love Black Rain by Soundgarden. That is a perfect song. It's a perfect song. So yes. So yes, 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 yes. Gorilla Strong, no doubt. Cypress Hill, Black Sunday is a dope album. Their first album is dope as well. Pink Floyd, of course. The Doors, yes. L.A. Woman, Capital Punishment, of course. Nonfiction. Anything nonfiction does to me is unskippable. It's all good, John Milburn. Like I said, I'm going to be going through different, genres, and because I wanted to make sure I spreaded the love as to many genres as possible. I didn't do a lot of genres, but I definitely went across the board. You'll see. First, Psycho Realm. Psycho Realm got a few dope albums for reals, man. Got you, Gorilla. Bill Shapiro, what's the deal? Good Foot. The Crow soundtrack, yeah, John Milburn. That is a End to the Stage is dope. All right, let's get to the next. Let's get to the next. All right, ladies and gentlemen, check it out. In the jazz category, I want to give it up to the Ahmad Jamal Trio and their album The Awakening. Hip hop heads will hear something familiar. Hip hop heads will hear some familiar sounds on this album, but overall it's a beautiful album that I probably listened to at least 1,000,000 times by now. Especially when I'm doing cardio, it just takes my mind and my soul to a completely different place. I want to give you some facts on Ahmad Jamal. Ahmad Jamal was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He was a piano player, a composer, a band leader, and an educator for 6 decades, 60 years. Rumor has it that Miles Davis would send his crew to Ahmad Jamal's concerts so that they can learn how to play the way Miles Davis likes to play. Because Ahmad Jamal had a certain technique, a certain way of playing, and Miles Davis admired it to the fullest. For the Awakening album, for the Awakening album, the staff was Ahmad Jamal on the piano, Jamil Nazar on the bass, and Frank Grant was on drums. Wait, hold up, there we go. Now, Man-Made, Green Tea Peng, yes. Steely Dan, yes, yes. See, I'm loving y'all, man. I'm loving y'all right now. Loving y'all. Every album y'all are saying, trust me, we're going to be, this is in parts. Like I said, just in the chat alone, we could tell that there's just way too much to cover. So this is just part one. Now, getting into this Ahmad Jamal album, you're definitely, if Martin Vasquez, what's the deal? Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Machiavelli. You see, there we go. Thank you. You guys, if you're a hip hop head and you listen to this Ahmad Jamal album, you're gonna trip. You're gonna trip, especially if you're not keen to what samples came off it. It's gonna surprise you. It's gonna be like, oh shit, that's that. Trust. But thank you, Dire Gray Sky. Yes. But overall, and I understand Miles Davis's perspective. It's like you listen to it, it's a beautiful album, and it's the instrumentation, the musicality, the level is just insane. Like especially the piano playing with Ahmad, and obviously I'm not going to take away anything from Jamil and Frank Grant. They obviously high level jazz, just musicians on a whole. So if you get a chance, definitely check out The Awakening by the Ahmad Jamal Trio. It's just a beautiful album. If you're, again, like I said, my instructions for y'all, for any of these albums, on top of the fact that the way you guys are named, just take the time, an hour of your time, the same way you would sit and watch a movie. Sit and just give these albums a listen, man. Just don't skip, just uninterrupted. If you could, not all, just one at a time. Just one at a time. You won't be disappointed. And let's move on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm loving the energy right now. Okay. Wait, let me get the next. Yes, there we go. Okay, this one y'all are gonna dig. When it comes to heavy music, I'm gonna start my list in that category with Mudvayne's LD50. From the first time I heard it up until recently, I never skip a track on this album. This album is a perfect storm of heavy music, great lyrics, great vocals, great riffs, great drumming, great everything. Great everything. My goodness, man. LD50 by Mudvayne. Talk about an incredible debut album. Just produced perfectly. Everything about this album is just adrenaline, pure adrenaline. And again, it's just, I've just been very fortunate. It's not a bragging thing, but I've been very fortunate to have, gone on tour when Chad had Hell Yeah, and I got to hang with Chad, who is the lead singer of Mudvayne and Hell Yeah. And my goodness, man, his energy, his level of professionalism, everything he brings to the plate is just insane. And so when you listen to that Mudvayne album, man, it's just mind-blowing. And the video dig, my goodness, man, talk about a cutting edge, perfect, clean, just slaps, and it just it captures your attention immediately. And just everything about this album is just flawless. It's one of my all-time favorite metal, new metal, whatever the fuck you want to categorize it as. It doesn't do nothing for me. I just think it's just a flawless album. Yes, everything you guys are saying, definitely perfect. Korn, John Milburn, you know what's crazy? Because the guys in Korn are some of my best friends, it's a lot more difficult for me to zero in on one album because I've heard their music and been on the road with them for 20 years. And so I know their shit like the back of my hand. So for me, everything that they've released is amazing and just number one. So it was out in later on episodes when we do part 2 and part 3 of this, I'll definitely tackle which one I have to zero in and say this is the Korn album. But for now, I'm gonna start it on a more neutral ground and go with Mudvayne, LD50. Just an amazing album. Definitely, like I said, put this shit in your headphone. If you're a gym rat like I am, put this shit in your headphone. You'll be lifting the fucking house by the time you get to the 3rd song. It's just perfect album. Perfect metal album, period. I love doing that. Thank you. Okay. Now, wait, let me make sure here. Oh, did all of that. Okay, cool. So this next one, yeah, you know what, Arkansas, and I know you are. I know you are. I was there. I wasn't at that specific moment, but I was on that tour. And I remember when that happened. It was extremely unfortunate. Jamie is a close friend of mine. Monk is a friend of mine. It was a terrible situation, but I was there for that. I was there, and I didn't know. I know what went down. What's up, Raps and Riffs? What's the deal? I know what went down, and it was unfortunate and sad, and, it is what it is. Okay, let's move on to the next. I don't have a lot of albums in this next category. To be honest, I've only listened to a few of these types of albums, and that is either soundtracks or show tunes. And in this case, I gotta pick one of the most influential albums of my career, the Jesus Christ Superstar soundtrack. This is something that I have in common with my homie Jonathan Davis from Korn. And I have an original pressing of the Jesus Christ Superstar soundtrack album. And this album is the reason why this was important to me was because this is actually what. Hey, yo, Stutters, are you out there? I need you to turn off that fan, man. Thank you. So this album is what started my singing journey. Little known, and it's crazy because I'll tell y'all a quick story. We was doing, yes, Raps and Riffs. See, you know the deal. Ted Neely, you know what I mean? Like, Ted Neely brought it as Jesus Christ. His vocal range is insane. He would have made one of the best metal singers on the planet. I'm not sure what happened, but he definitely would have been one of the greatest vocalists in metal and classic rock of all time. Ted Neely, we'll get into that. So a couple of funny stories about this album. So we were playing a game, myself, Fieldy, and Wov from POD. We were playing this game of like a kind of like a name that tune or how well do you know your friend. And so somebody in the room asked, what do you think is the #1 album that was important to Q's career, especially in rock? And you know, they named Soundgarden, they named Pearl Jam, which they were right, but the #1 was this. And when I said this, I remember Wub was like, what? He was confused. And then I went to my phone, I went to Spotify or whatever, put on the soundtrack and sang like 3 songs for him, straight up, word for word. I know all the lyrics to every fucking song on this album. And he was blown away, tripping. Now, the reason why this became important, because actually this was my dad's album. I snatched it from him. So when I was a child, my dad, when my parents split, my dad would come pick us up in Brooklyn and bring us to my grandmother's house in the Bronx. And in that car ride, he'd have his little tape deck, whatever it was, CD player, and he would play this. And peace, Machiavelli, peace. He would play it and have me and my brother sing it. So that's why I know that. But this is like a classic rock version of like, I guess the Bible, you would say, like condensed and well done. Just the musicality, the singers are, like he mentioned, Carl Anderson, Ted Neely, Yvonne Illiman, Barry Denon. All of these singers were professional theater singers, and some of them had careers in music, releasing singles and all of that. Yvonne had a disco hit, If I Can't Have You, I Don't Want Nobody, Baby. And Carl Anderson had So I'll Be Your Friend. He had like an R&B thing and all of that. So this album is dope. If you have a chance, if you dig like soundtracks, this is a dope album, one of my all-time favorites in that category. There you go. There you have it. Jesus Christ Superstar. Everything y'all are saying is amazing. Yes. Arch Bunk. Yes. Okay, so lastly, we're getting to the end of my list for today. Just for today. Remember, I said I'm gonna do this in parts. So this is the end of this list today. Lastly, I'm going to dive into the world of classic rock and say that Led Zeppelin's 2, to me, it's a perfect, unskippable genius of an album. Let me grab this. Come on, son. You know, I have an original pressing. Whoop. It's busted out at the bottom. Look at that. Like the vinyl's there, everything's there. The gatefold, if you've never seen this album, it's got the Led Zeppelin joint, all the song titles. First, let me start this by saying, all right, let me get a sip here first. Let me start by saying Led Zeppelin, obviously one of the most important rock bands in history, whether you love them or hate them, because I've met people that adore Led Zeppelin, and I've met people that don't like them. And to me, I love Led Zeppelin. And if you're kind of on the fence about Led Zeppelin, I would strongly suggest that you go to YouTube and watch Becoming Led Zeppelin, the documentary. It's inspiring. I've seen it like 5 times. Not during the day. I don't trip out. It's like usually right before I go to bed, a puff of L and just throw that on because it was done in a way that just shows the beauty of the band. There's no drama, there's no bullshit. Oh, the drugs, the women. Like they don't go into that. It's not a TMZ film. It's a film about this band that changed the world. Thank you, Bananas. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, man. Whole lot of love. Whole lot of love, man. Like, could we, like, to me, perfect song, man. You know what I mean? Heartbreaker, Ramble On, Moby Dick. Moby Dick is incredible because of the fact that you have that moment where John Bonham just goes off the rails. And they give him the like I'm getting emotional because the truth of the matter is that rock music isn't made the same anymore. There's no more, like when you listen to Pink Floyd or you listen to The Who, you listen to Zeppelin, you listen to the Beatles, you listen to the Stones, there was an era, there was a moment where they really explored the space. Remember when Chris Walk said that, explored the space? I get so emotional because to let a drummer like John Bonham do what he did on that song and just go to this place of just, it almost feels like a percussion hallucination, right? Like it's taking you on this weird trip. It's not even like when you go on YouTube and you see some 10-year-old just shredding the drums and they're doing everything perfect. And I can appreciate that. I'm not hating on that. But this guy was just painting, man. There's no click, there's no night. He's just going for it. But you can hear him hitting with the hands and like he just takes you on this weird rhythmic percussion journey. And you're there for all of it. And you just tripping on it, man. It's just amazing, man. I just love this album, man. Robert Plant's vocals, obviously, Jimmy Page and John Paul Jones. You got to watch the documentary because what makes them special is that they really didn't know each other. That's what's mind-blowing. Like Jimmy Page and John Paul Jones, they were professional session guys, so they would cross paths. They did a soundtrack together. They did a James Bond film together, but they weren't like boys. Now, on the other side of England, John Bonham and Robert Plant, they knew each other, but they had this journey where they were in another band together, then they split, and one went one band, one was still on exploring what other bands he could get in, and then all of a sudden, Jimmy Page has this genius idea to do Led Zeppelin and give us this beautiful masterpiece of work, man. It's just, my goodness, man, what an incredible album. So if you get a chance, again, check this out. If you haven't, just play right through it. You'll hear like the grooves, just everything about it is magical. And so love and salute to Led Zeppelin. Yes, 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 yes. So that, to me, was my book report for today. And I just wanted to start this off with everything y'all are saying. We are definitely going to get to it in part 2, part 3, and so on. I just wanted to kick it off. I wanted to start this off and pick some random albums that I thought were damn near perfect, if not perfect, unskippable albums. And when we get to part 2, part 3, and so on, there'll be differences, there'll be new stuff, there'll be different genres, and we'll keep on exploring together. But thank you for all your suggestions, and thank you for your input. A lot of the albums you're saying are just amazing. I know a lot of these albums. Some of them I got to go back and review and get ready for my next book report when we do part 2 of this, okay? So once again, thank y'all for chiming in. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now I've been saving this for a while. We're gonna do, another reveal pack today. Another reveal pack today, so bear with me on this. I don't know what's in here, but I did this a couple of weeks ago. I bought a couple of packs, rather Stutters picked up a couple of packs of these for me. So today we're gonna open up pack number 2. I don't know what's in it, but this is Yo MTV Raps. I think these cards came out in the 90s, right? Yeah, something like that. So here we go, a little reveal. Here we go, we're gonna have some fun today. Oh no, he opened it. Come on, man. Want to keep these in 10 gem mint 10 condition. All right, let's see what we got here. Got some cool ones. All right. All right. First one. Michael, what's up, son? Thank y'all for the donations. Y'all know, greatly appreciate it, man. Governor, what's going on? Thank you. Welcome. Let's start it off with MC Hammer, ladies and gentlemen. MC Hammer gets it with the MC Hammer pants. You know, lately I've been seeing a lot about MC Hammer on Instagram or whatever have you. They're talking about how gangster he was. Now, I would never challenge that. It is what it is. But let's read the facts on the back. I'm going to read the facts on the back for y'all. Artist, MC Hammer. Name, Kirk Burrell. Yo, fact. MC Hammer currently endorses Pepsi Cola and British Knight sneakers. Based in his native Oakland, California, he is presently overseeing the building of Busted Productions to groom and record up-and-coming artists. Label Capital. MC Hammer, ladies and gentlemen, that's the first card in the pot. Oh, I got it upside down. It sucks. MC Hammer, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Boom. Let's put that on the side there. Okay. Card number 2. You ready? Y'all ready? Here we go. Third base, son. Third base. You know what's crazy? Remember that Third Base actually dissed MC Hammer with the gas face. Wasn't cool. It happened. And I think MC Search talked about MC Hammer stepping to him or something like that. I know he said it on some podcast. Nazir. But let's get into this. Third Base. right there, right? We're going to read the third base facts, the yo facts. Artist, third base. Name, MC Search, Michael Barron. Prime Minister Pete Nice, Pete J. Nash. Yo fact. MC Search began his recording career as a solo rapper. One of his early singles was Hey Boy, I Have That Single, and with Go White Boy on the flip side. Prime Minister Pete Nice started out as a record producer working with Mantronix, Just Ice, Run DMC. I did not know that about Pete Nice. They teamed up in 1988 to form Third Base, label Def Jam. Ladies and gentlemen, Third Base, right there, boom, freshness, pure Yo MTV Raps freshness. I should have worn my Yo. No, I got a rep for robots, homie. The hell. Okay. Next. Y'all ready? Public Enemy, son. All right, Public Enemy, son. One of my favorites of all time, which they'll probably be on the next Flawless albums. Public Enemy, Chuck D, Carlton Ridenhour, Flavor Flav, William Drayton. Yo fact. The production team for Public Enemy is led by Chuck D, Hank Shockley, Carl Ryder, and Vietnam Sadler. They are known as the Bomb Squad and have also produced Ice Cube's first solo album, America's Most Wanted, in 1990. Shockley and Sadler also produced several cuts on Bell Biv DeVoe's album Poison in 1990. I did not know that. Label, Def Jam. Ladies and gentlemen, Public Enemy, some cool facts right there. Wow, I didn't know about the Bell Biv DeVoe thing. I don't know if y'all knew that. I didn't know that. Pretty fresh. I do know that Madonna took one of their interludes and used it for Justify My Love. So I don't know how that went down behind the scenes. But Public Enemy, ladies and gentlemen, very fresh, very fresh. Next card. Slick Rick, ladies and gentlemen, the ruler's back. Bam, 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 bam. Yes, Slick Rick, one of the greatest of all time, obviously one of the greatest storytellers of all time, if not the greatest storyteller of all time. Let's get into the yo facts here. Artist, Slick Rick. Name, Rick Walters. Yo fact. Slick Rick's unique style is partially due to the fact that he originally hails from England and has adapted the British music style. Okay. His solo album included the hit Treat Her Like a Prostitute, label Def Jam. I don't know why they picked that song. They definitely was other songs on that album instead of picking Treat Her Like a Prostitute. But Yo MTV Raps, Slick Rick, the ruler, right there. Okay, next. Okay. We're gonna go there, man. We're gonna go there. Now let's see how y'all react. I haven't seen it yet, John. Let's see where we go with this. Next, let's see how y'all react. Ready? Vanilla Ice, ladies and gentlemen. Vanilla Ice. Hey, I'm not gonna hate. Some people are fans. I'm indifferent. Vanilla Ice. Now, I told the story in another episode. I did get to meet Vanilla Ice backstage at a corn show. He was hanging out with Monk, and I walked into Monk's dressing room, and he had his back towards the door, so I didn't see who it was. So I walked in, I was like, yo, Monk, blah, 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 blah. And Vanilla Ice turned around, and I saw his face, and my instant response was, oh, shit. Because, you know, you're not, who the fuck is going to expect Vanilla Ice to be backstage at a corn show? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't expect it. So it was dope. He was cool. I know, Vanilla Ice, again, I got doubles. He was definitely cool, but there you have it. Let's read Vanilla Ice's Yo Facts. Artist, Vanilla Ice. Name, Robert Van Winkle. Vanilla Ice had never actually visited New York, the birthplace of rap, until August 1990, when SBK's promotion director for Top 40 Radio gave him the grand tour. Label SBK. That is Vanilla Ice, ladies and gentlemen. We could be cool with Vanilla Ice. Give me a little clap there. We show respect to everyone. Show respect. Okay. Let's turn it up a little bit. Next, oof. Y'all know. Run, DMC. See, they definitely have the different hats on here. I prefer the, the fedoras, but they were trying to switch it up in the 90s. So that's the Kings of Rock. Run DMC right there. I know we all Run DMC fans. I love Run DMC. They definitely will have a place on my Flawless albums on another part, but let's get into the Run DMC facts. Run DMC, Joseph Simmons, Daryl McDaniels, Jason Mizell. Yo fact, Run DMC has 5 albums. Each have gone either platinum, multi-platinum, or gold. Run DMC 1984, King of Rock 1985, Tougher Than Leather 1988, and Raising Hell 1986. Their latest album is Back from Hell 1990. They also starred in their own movie, Tougher Than Leather 1988. Label Profile. I probably would have went with Crush Groove as the movie, but they went with Tougher Than Leather. But Run DMC, obviously and arguably one of the most important hip-hop groups and just music groups of all time. Geez, man, like Run DMC, ladies and gentlemen. What up, Ben? What's the deal? Okay, next. This one is kind of like, whenever they throw artists like this, I guess it's based on style. Who knows? But it is what it is. Belle Biv DeVoe, ladies and gentlemen. We've already mentioned them with the Bomb Squad. So here we are, Belle Biv DeVoe. Boom. Let's read it. These are their yo facts. The reason why I say this is because Belle Biv DeVoe kind of like balanced R&B and rap. So I don't know if I would consider them rap total, but I get it. It is what it is. It doesn't even matter. There is no more Yo MTV Rap. So let's get to it. Belle Biv DeVoe, Ricky Bell, Michael Bivins, Ronnie DeVoe. Belle Biv DeVoe members grew up in the Orchard Park projects. That's tongue twister. Orchard Park projects in Roxbury, Massachusetts. They later moved to California. The three began their careers as members of New Edition, the group that also spawned Bobby Brown, Ralph Tresvant, and Johnny Gill, label MCA. Belle Biv DeVoe, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. Hey, man. Machine didn't want to clap for Belle Biv DeVoe. Give it up. They definitely had dope music. I ain't gonna deny that. Oh, I'm ready for this next one. This one is special. This one is special. Let's see how many of y'all know about this. Ladies and gentlemen, Super Lover C, Casanova Red. Yes. One of the crack era's finest hip-hop groups. Do the James Brown, Girls I Got 'Em Locked. Super Casanova. These guys, legends. Let's get into their facts. Right, here we go. Super Lover C and Casanova Rudd. Excuse me, didn't mean to do that on their card there. Name, Super Lover C, his name is Calente Fredericks. Casanova Rudd, Eric Rudnick. Super Lover C was born in the Bronx and raised in Astoria, Queens, New York. Casanova Rudd grew up with Super Lover C in the Astoria projects. They've been working together since 1982. Wow. The duo's debut album is titled Girls I Got 'Em Locked. Label Epic. Ladies and gentlemen, Super Lover C, Casanova Rudd. Very important rap group to the crack era. All you have to do is go type in Super Lover C, Casanova Rudd, do the James Brown. You know exactly who they are. That song during the crack era was massive and playing everywhere. So definitely much flowers and props to Super Lover C and Casanova Rudd. Yes, y'all. Let's do it like this. It's crazy. I think some of these are doubles from the last time, but I got it. It's funny that I started off the episode with this, and here we are. It's not the last card, but here we are. Boogie Down Productions with the homie KRS-One. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know this is one of the most important MCs to ever grace the planet Earth. So yeah, let's go. Boogie Down Productions. These are the Yo Facts. KRS-One, Chris Parker, D Nice, Derek Jones, Miss Melody, Ramona Parker, may she rest in peace. They forgot Scott LaRock for whatever reason, but we'll give him grace. Yo Facts. D Nice started off as the beatbox for the BDP crew. He then became the DJ, and now he's a rapper and producer on his own. On the single Self-Destruction, an all-star rap crew warned against black on black crime over a beat provided by D Nice that I did know. Label Jive. First B-Boy Records, then Jive. Boogie Down Productions, definitely, like I started off the show, one of the most important, influential hip-hop groups in hip-hop history. And of course, KRS-One, we all know the deal. So love him or hate him, we know the importance of KRS-One and what he brings to the table when it comes to hip-hop. So mad love to KRS, one of my all-time favorites. And finally, once again, the last card in the pack, Fab Five Freddy, ladies and gentlemen. He gets everything, because if you watch this show, you know Fab Five Freddy's importance to Yo MTV Raps, the movie Wild Style, just the hip-hop culture in general. So let's get into his Yo Facts. Fab Five Freddy, Fred Braithwaite. Fab Five Freddy has been the only host of Yo MTV Raps Saturday since the first show aired on September 17th, 1988. Label, Fab says it all. Fab Five Freddy, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Fab Five, for being an innovator for the hip-hop community. My goodness. That was cool, man. I think I got 2 more packs to go on that. Oh, there's a little like scratch instant winner. Anybody got a coin or anything? I don't think you scratched this, is it? I don't see a scratch on here. Oh, okay, you ready? It is a scratch. I'm gonna scratch it, even though it doesn't matter anymore because this doesn't exist. Wah, wah, try again. I didn't win the imaginary prize. Oh, well. But you know where I win with y'all? Oh, isn't that sweet? Hey, Stutters, did you put the website up? All right, let me see. Oh, okay, there we go. Gotcha. Stutters on his job, son. Stutters is on his job. So let's pause for a little shameless plug. Yes, Mr. Camp. There you go, Michael. You know the deal. Y'all are saying some amazing shit, man. So let's just pause for a little shameless plug. Just to remind y'all, we still got the end of the year sale going. As you could see, Vengeance is Mine and the Mechanic CDs are going for $7 each instead of $10. But you could get both for $10. I sign them. You get stickers with your purchase, and you get a qunique Between Heaven and Hell poster with your order. Also, we got qunique shirts and hoodies. This one is from the collection that we call Designer Rhymes. Like, as you could see in this picture here, I'm wearing the Diamond in the Rough shirt. Those are all my lyrics in the shape of a diamond, hence Diamond in the Rough shirt. It's the lyrics to Diamond in the Rough. And they come in t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, hardcover journals, and tote bags. There's one for chestnut checkers. Come on, let's load up quicker. Chestnut checkers. There's one for green grass. There's one for Brooklyn, Bronx, Brooklyn, the Brooklyn lyrics. And if you're an Amazon shopper like I am, you could get qunique apparel on Amazon, as well as Arsonist merch as well. So visit the qunique shop, qunique.com, q-unique.com, or, you know, hit the link in the description or wherever have you, and that's the deal with that. Also, this is exciting for those that want to know. These are going to be for sale soon. There's going to be a combo set, and the way they're going to be sent is pretty cool. So I found in the stash Vengeance is Mine. Come on, man. Vengeance is Mine posters that I will sign. But the way we're going to do this is we're going to have two posters. It'll be this, the Vengeance is Mine poster, and the Between Heaven and Hell poster. They will be signed and mailed in a poster tube, so they won't have the creases. They'll be up for sale. I hope to get them up for Friday, for Black Friday. They'll be up for sale where you could order both posters. And they'll be, like I said, they'll be signed. They'll be put in a poster tube, no creases. You'll get stickers and all of that along with it, and they'll be mailed to you when you make the order. And that is the deal with the added new attraction. Vengeance. Who knew that I had a stash of Vengeance is Mine? I didn't even know I had a stash of Vengeance is Mine posters in the archives, but that was the deal with that. Yes, yes, yes. So once again, oh wait, one more thing. Let me go to this. I'm gonna bring you back to this. Going back to the website real quick. Just to remind y'all, like I said, dropping December 12th, the song Put It in the Air. You could go right now to qunique.com, q-unique.com, and pre-save the link. So that way you get reminded when it drops in case you get distracted. I know everybody's got their own shit going on. So if you head over to the homepage of qunique.com, q-unique.com, you can hit the pre-save link and have it saved on your favorite streaming platform. So that is the deal with that. So thank you for that, ladies and gentlemen. December 12th, Put It in the Air, new qunique single. And that's about it for today. You know where we going next, son. You know we're about to hit the booth. So before I hit the booth, I want to thank everybody for your super chats and your super stickers and your donations. Thank you. It is greatly appreciated. On top of the fact, thank you for those that have been ordering the merch, getting down with the sales. I've been signing stuff and mailing stuff out, having it mailed out. And we're going to hit the booth now. I see y'all on Friday Night Vibes. We'll talk more in the booth. Let me get the booth. Boom. There we go. Booth is what track? Stutters. Track 2. One, 2. Hey, yo, Stutters. Bring up track 2, just a pinch. Yes, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, we in the booth. Can you bring down the track, just a pinch, Stutters? Just a pinch. Yes. Shout out to my boys over at Long Beach Originals. We're gonna get down like this for reasons unbeknownst, but we gonna have fun. Listen, hey yo, normally I don't put myself on Front Street, but as sure as the chocolate paper make the blunt sweet, I get that Long Beach Originals bomb shit. Visions of alien life from a bong hit. Nah, dog, down the block they be selling dirt. One hit off of this shit and your cerebellum work. You gotta keep yourself under observation, having a 2-day analytical conversation. A laugh attack with nothing to laugh at. Car full of spick, smoke out of the hatchback. Get me your fill of your candy, then get bent watching the grim adventures of Billy and Mandy. Hate running out of weed when I need some. Got me digging through the house for weed crumbs. I hope that's it, that might be it, hold it. Roll that shit, light that shit, smoke it. Green grass, y'all, that's right, light it up, green grass, come on. Green grass, y'all, light it up, that's right, green grass, y'all. Yo, episode 21, live from the lab with yours truly, qunique. Thank y'all for joining me this evening. Much love to y'all. Have a great day tomorrow. Great Thanksgiving. God bless y'all and yours and your loved ones. And I'll see you on Friday Night Vibes with qunique right here on YouTube Live. Salute. Peace.